hate her so much.
Oh my gosh.
Hi
Wait,
guys. Look at her.
that's the camera. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm never looking at the camera because I'm looking at you.
That's
Okay.
funny. Meanwhile, guys, she's the one that has a meeting right after this. And she's
Oh
gonna be
my
like, let's
God.
go, let's go. So
Yep.
this
Oh,
is we're gonna try to make this a quick one, right?
yes.
As you can see from the title, we just wanted to hit inflation very quickly. None of us are professionally trained in inflation or have a bunch of knowledge on it, but we just wanted to touch on a little bit because that is one of the big and key issues of Kamala and that guy's campaign.
Kamala. Stop saying Kamala. Don't.
Kamala.
Oh, I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry.
comma
La.
love.
It's easy.
Comma
Kamala.
love. What did I
The
say?
6-year-old told you. You said Kamala.
And her little
Oh,
nieces told me, right?
oh.
Comma
That
love, get it
they
right.
told you. They told you.
But
And
it's
you
true. The
you
way they
still
did it,
not listening.
the way they did it made it so easy. Hello. All right.
Oh my
So
God.
Kamala's what part of the debate or in part of the campaigning has been not part of it. People tend to vote their pocket. That's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
When there's no
Yep.
war, when there's no big uprisings and something crazy going on like the 2020 pandemic, when it's not something crazy, people tend to vote their pocket. How do they feel? So one of the big questions was, are we better 4 years? Were we better 4 years ago than we are now, or whatever like that? So we all
Mm-hmm.
know prices are crazy. So
Yep.
what is inflation?
Well,
Inflation is
oh,
the go ahead, go
okay.
ahead, go ahead,
I was
go
going to read the Department of Labor's actual definition.
ahead. Okay, go ahead.
And what it says is inflation is defined as the overall general upward price movement of goods and services in an economy. So basically, how high are the prices moving and how fast they're moving. So
Yeah,
that's inflation. And that's why when you hear that, when we talk about grocery store prices, they're like the prices, inflation is killing us. So that's what it is. The
What
upward price movement of goods and services.
when I looked at it, it also added the value of your money.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's the value of your dollar. So a dollar used to buy this. Remember when a 50
Mm-hmm.
cent used to buy 2 bags of potato chips? Now only buy, like that. Like the value,
Mm-hmm.
what you can get for your money. A house used to be in my neighborhood 300,000, and now it's 2 million. So that's
Well, that's a
that.
whole other topic we
Yeah,
want to talk about because her house is in a specific gentrifying
yes,
area,
it
so
is in an
that
area
drives
where,
it.
yeah, the
But
$1 million rat trap. Yes,
yes,
yeah, a bunch of
I wish
rats.
I would have bought somewhere over there years ago, but
So
that went off topic. Right?
yeah, as usual. So, what causes it though? Did you look up? Did they say like the general causes of it? I know I did look up some things.
No, I didn't look that part up. I was just looking at what it is because what the thing is, like you said, we vote our pockets and we think about our pockets and how prices are going up. When you go to the
Mhm.
store, eggs are like $6 for a dozen, and you're like, oh, man, what's going on? So that's the
Mhm.
inflation. Last year or 2 years ago, sometimes you'll go to the store one day and it's one price, and then 2, 3 weeks later, you're like, it was just 50
Yep.
cents last week. So
Yep.
that's the inflation. And I mean, we know it, we feel it, but I don't know exactly the factors that drive it, but I know part of it is also corporation greed, which is what we talk about too.
Yeah.
If the rates of, let's say, the interest rates and how much it costs to produce something, if it levels out and the company decides I'm still going to charge more because I can, then that drives inflation as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the services, think of a haircut. David just said yesterday, he was like, I don't remember a haircut costing this much. But
Yeah.
the rent share went up, the booth rent went up, the products, the prices went up. The actual service probably didn't change, but
Yeah.
all the things that go into that service has
Yeah.
changed, causing it to go up.
And
So,
what they were saying was because of the pandemic and we had that long shutdown period,
mhm,
it created a demand. When we
yep,
got back in business, it created a shortage and it created a demand. Remember, there's also inflation is affected by supply chains. So if we
yep,
can't get it to you, then the stores won't have it. But then one store will have it. Like remember when Lysol and stuff was like
mhm,
$20 for one
yep,
little spray, one can of Lysol? That was a demand. So
yep.
it was that you couldn't get alcohol. So we're gonna charge you. I have an alcohol. I'm gonna charge you $19 for it because that's what you're willing to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we all know, just think of anything that you have of value. If you were the only one that has that thing, then you're going to be like, this is worth, that
Mm-hmm.
determines the worth of it. So that
Yep.
causes inflation. But the Federal Reserve, which is supposed to be an independent agency, they can also impact and pricing and stuff because they determine the interest rate. So
Yep.
interest rates determine if I'm willing to buy. Like if it's a high interest rate, I'm not going to buy a car, a house. I'm not going to buy that stuff because the interest rate is really high. But if the interest rate goes down low, I'm going to spend. And
Yep.
spending causes things to slow down and speed up. The more
Yep.
people spend. So that's why you'll see a lot of the candidates' plans trying to increase spending, trying to get people to spend, trying to put more money in your pocket, not so you can keep it and save it, but so you can
Yep.
spend it.
So you can spend it, and
So
that
you can
drives
spend
the
it.
economy, and those are the key factors.
Yeah.
I really feel like we need to do like a longer video on the actual, like, more when we hear more of the plans of the candidates for reduction of reflation. God, inflation. But we need to do a longer video, because of course we're, trying to do just the synopsis of what the inflation is. But we know that's why you constantly hear the term corporation greed, because you do not have to, or they don't have to always increase their prices. But as
No.
Cindy just said, what would you do if you had a product that everyone wanted, but there's only a limited amount, just like a diamond? Like when there's only but so much of this
Yep.
rarity, you're going to charge more because you can get more and because people
Yeah.
were greedy.
Yep.
So that's
It's
pretty much it.
just that's it. And just the one thing that really got me and captivated me was about grocery stores. So there's only like really 3 or 4 big grocery store chains.
Yep.
And that affects the price of the food because now gas is not up as high as it used to be. And like you said, things are supposed to be back down to normal, but
Mm-hmm.
they are still keeping the price high because it's only 4 of them. I think they said it's like they were like talking about how Kroger is merging with another company and how now it's just Kroger and Walmart and like maybe I don't know the other names of the ones, but it's like just several of them. And they have formed a network to where, okay, we're going to keep our prices here. You're not going to lower yours. You're not. So
Mm-hmm.
now they were saying, I think it's Walmart, they were saying has a now a capital on milk. So,
Wow.
like on certain products, when you get a capital on this thing, or when you're the company that you're the only one running this milk, then you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep it at not $6. Milk is gonna be $6 because you're the only one selling it.
Think about this, Cindy. I'll say this, and how many people will give themselves a decrease in pay? How many people would do that?
Yeah.
Not many. So that's what the corporations are thinking as well. So when you hear them say, "Oh, inflation," certain things, of course, affect it because, like you said, the interest rates, how much can I spend? How much do I make? But
Mm-hmm.
the bottom line is it's all It's interconnected
Yeah.
with the corporations and the people that actually generate and
Mm-hmm.
produce the goods that we
Yeah.
we have the demand for.
And which,
So,
by the way, if you want to blame any candidate, either side, you don't have a
mhm.
right to because it's just the we live in a capitalist society. That means money
Mhm.
and trade and business. That's why a lot of the business people are attacking her for saying I'm going after price gouging. So she's saying I want to go after price gouging, and they're like, you want to fix prices? That's communism. That's
Yep.
communism because you want to
Yep.
fix price because in communist countries, which there's probably no real genuine communism or whatever, you want Marxism, you want
Genuine.
to set prices. I know, because the definition of it, you want to set prices. That means that the government will control how businesses set their prices. And you as a business owner, you're a hairdresser, you don't want somebody telling you you can't go over $20 for a haircut, like giving
Yep.
somebody a haircut. I'm a
Yep.
cake person. I don't want somebody telling me you can't sell that cake for more than $50. So that's why people were up in arms over one of her solutions. But she's not saying I'm fixing prices because we are a capitalist country.
Yep.
So meaning we operate on business and money. So she's not
Mhm.
saying that. She's saying I want to stop them from gouging, meaning
Yep.
from going way outside of the margins, which is
Yep.
what it's already in place now because banks can't charge you too much interest. That's called usury. It's called using and abusing you. Banks can't charge you 30% interest when you get a credit card and you spend. They can't. There's a set already a limit on things anyway. So anyway,
And it should be. It really should be.
yeah.
But guys, we're going to get more into that topic when the candidates talk about their inflation
Hmm.
reduction plans. But we
Yeah.
did want to just come on real quick to talk about what inflation was, because you keep hearing that economic term being thrown around. So like I said, it's a quick topic this week. So we just wanted to get out and let you guys know and just talk about that. So
Yes.
sometimes we just want to chat with you real quick and throw some information out. But always follow us to PoliChics on Facebook, Instagram. I think you said we're on X. We're also on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You'll find our face or our logo. So
Yes.
bye, guys.
Okay. Bye, guys.